Every man feels these three emotions after 30, but almost no one talks about them. From the outside, you look fine, you work, you show up, you handle things, but deep down, there are feelings you carry alone in the late nights, in the car rides, in the quiet moments when no one's watching. This video isn't about judging you, it's about naming what you've been feeling but couldn't put into words. There's a strange shift that happens after 30. You're not a kid anymore. You're supposed to be the stable one, the provider, the logical one, the man who handles it. So when you start feeling heavy, lost, or numb, you don't know what to do with it. You don't want to burden anyone. You don't want to look weak. You don't want to sound ungrateful. So you push it down. You keep moving. You tell yourself, other people have it worse. I should be fine. But you're not fine. You're carrying three emotions that quietly eat away at your energy, confidence, and sense of self. Let me tell you about someone, we'll call him James. James is 32. On paper, he's doing okay. He has a job, a place to live, people around him. But every night when he lies in bed, his mind doesn't shut off. He thinks about the life he thought he'd have by now. He thinks about the version of himself he imagined when he was 18. He thinks about how far that is from where he actually is. During the day, he jokes around, says, "I'm good" when people ask, and plays his role. But underneath all that, there are three emotions he never admits, and they're slowly burning him out. One weekend, James canceled plans with his friends for the third time in a row. He told them he was tired, and he was, but not just physically. He sat on the edge of his bed, phone in his hand, and the emotions finally became clear. Emotion number one, quiet resentment, not rage, just a low-level frustration that he always has to be the responsible one, the one who holds everything together, the one who swallows his needs so things don't fall apart. He's not mad at anyone in particular. He's mad at the fact that he doesn't feel allowed to be human. Emotion number two, invisible loneliness. James isn't isolated. He has people around, chats, group threads, social media, but he feels alone in the ways that matter. He doesn't feel understood. He doesn't feel like he can say, "I'm not okay," without worrying he'll make things awkward. He feels like if he disappeared emotionally, most people wouldn't notice. Emotion number three, shame of not being enough. This one hits hardest. He looks at his career, his bank account, his relationship status, his body, and somewhere in his mind there's a voice saying, "You should be further by now." He's not a failure, but he feels like one. That night, sitting alone, he felt all three at once: resentment, loneliness, shame. And it felt like something inside him cracked. But here's where things quietly began to change. James didn't fix everything overnight. There was no big dramatic decision. The shift came from something small. He stopped calling himself lazy and broken and started asking a different question. What if nothing is wrong with me and I'm just carrying too much alone? He realized his resentment wasn't him being ungrateful. It was a sign his boundaries had been ignored, even by himself. His loneliness wasn't proof that nobody cared. It was proof he'd never practiced being emotionally honest. His shame wasn't truth. It was an echo of expectations he never chose for himself. That awareness didn't erase the pain, but it gave it context. And that's where real change starts. James's comeback was not a miracle cure. It was slow, real, human. He started journaling at night, not with perfect sentences, just raw thoughts. What am I actually feeling today? What drained me? What gave me energy? He took short walks without music just to let his brain breathe. He practiced tiny boundaries, saying, "I can't tonight," or "I need a bit of time for myself," without apologizing for it. He reached out to one friend not 10, just one, and said, "Hey, man, I've been struggling more than I let on." He didn't pour everything out at once. He just stopped pretending he felt nothing. The resentment softened because he stopped giving more than he emotionally had. The loneliness softened because he allowed himself to be seen a little more honestly. The shame softened because he started measuring himself by effort and honesty, not by some imaginary timeline. He didn't become a new man, he became a more truthful version of himself. Here's what you need to hear: those three emotions, resentment, loneliness, shame, don't make you weak, they make you human. You're not lazy. You're tired of carrying unspoken weight. You're not antisocial. You're starving for real connection, not shallow noise. You're not a failure. You're comparing your life to made up expectations that were never built for you. The moment you can name what you feel, you stop being controlled by it. You don't need to man up. You need to open up, at least with yourself. If this message hit close to home, you're not the only man feeling this way. Feel free to subscribe, only if this helped you feel a little less alone. And if you're comfortable, share even one sentence of your story in the comments. It might be exactly what another man needs to read tonight. You're not broken, you're becoming one small shift at a time.